So let's go ahead and get started, gentlemen. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. June 9th, I have, I don't see, 6:07 p.m. Transportation and Traffic Safety Advisory Committee. Good afternoon, everyone. Item number one, call to order, roll call and declaration of quorum. Adrian Dominguez present. Mr. Armando Garza absent. Mr. Fred Dickey.
Present.
Mr. Jeffrey Puig.
Present.
Mr. Ciro Gonzalez.
Present.
Ms. Rosario Santos, absent, and Mr. Adrian Lavilla.
Present.
Present. We have quorum. Great. Item number two, general citizens communication. Did we have anybody, Ms. Renteria, sign up, or Mr. Peña sign up for any comments?
Mr. Chairman, we do not have any citizens cited.
Perfect. Sounds great. Item number three, approval of minutes. Approval of minutes from September 9th, 2021. No meeting was held in October, no quorum in November, no meeting held in December, January, and February, no quorum in March. Did you all have a chance to look at the meeting, to look at the minutes for September 9th, 2021?
I just got into town, so I did not. I move to approve.
I'll second.
Move to approve, second. All in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number four, communication. Any communication, Mr. Peña?
Just that I'm serving as the interim traffic safety director. And to my right is Rosie Martinez, introducing my staff. New is Gabriela Renteria. I've got Norma Ramirez with parking enforcement and Rogelio Fernandez, I'm sorry.
It's because he calls him Roger.
Ryan. We have nicknames.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Peña, on your interim selection, and welcome, Ms. Renteria. Thank you for joining us. Item number five, staff reports. We don't have any staff reports at this time, do we?
No, sir.
No. And item number six, discussion and possible action of the following. Item number one, discussion on goals, expectations, and direction of the traffic department. A, focus on issues/concerns, and B, improvements. Mr. Peña?
Well, I kind of kept the same agenda that we had with our previous director, and so I like to hear what you'd like to see come forward to these meetings and what we can do for you.
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. One thing that I did notice, and I apologize. I'll be the first one to apologize. I was out for the last two meetings. I had some family emergencies, but I did notice that I think maybe we need to kind of strengthen the committee a bit, or at least the attendance. If we can reach out to maybe some of the committee members and see if they are going to be joining us, I think that's one thing that might be in the works. Gentlemen, do you all have anything? It's open floor. Mr. Dickey, Mr. Quigg?
I'd like to know if there's a way that our committee can support you in
Yes.
the development aspect of projects that you all have to deal with by platting. If people come in with subdivisions and they want to make intersection connections, things of that nature, how can this committee assist the traffic department in assessing or evaluating those concerns for you?
Thank you for bringing that up, Mr. Chairman. The department has been tasked with developing a traffic impact analysis ordinance that we're working on currently. We're evaluating other ordinances in other cities, comparable size, border cities. So hopefully we can make a comparison apples to apples, and we'll probably be bringing that to you soon. And thank you for that suggestion, and that's something that we could be looking forward to.
That's great.
As a member of this commission, I like to be abreast of any larger intersection improvements or developments that come through, maybe on a master plan level, something that we can be aware of so when the community comes to us and asks us, well, you serve on this committee of traffic safety, didn't you know about this development that was coming through? Well, we really didn't know about it because it's on the plating side.
Correct.
Maybe on the master planning levels or something, maybe you might include an item to where you just, I don't say educate us or inform us as to what's being approved out in our community, out in Laredo. So that we might be able to maybe offer some input if even needed, if you even need that.
Mr. Chairman, that's a great idea. We can
Absolutely.
easily do that. I can also bring in a lot of our capital improvement projects. We're constructing a dozen traffic signals throughout the city, and I think it's great information. for
Information
them to have.
to us would be helpful.
Perfect, absolutely. Mr. Dick, you had a comment?
There's, because I was part of that when they put, there's a new Plan Laredo that was, I hope it's not been shelved. I wonder, is that being consulted also?
I'm sorry, which
The
part?
Viva Laredo.
The Viva Laredo plan.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we had the guy that did Austin, El Paso, do a lot of work. We had from all, I mean, the city paid big money.
Yes, we're conforming to the City of Laredo comprehensive plan, so.
It is.
That's
Just
ongoing.
a question,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
I mean, it looked real good. I mean, it really did.
Great.
Another item, just to
Sure,
to
yes,
throw out,
go
I'm
ahead. Go ahead,
full of
Mr.
stuff
Quinn.
today. I know that we're tasked with traffic safety, and that's part of it, right, of our committee. One of the things that I've always shared a little bit of concern with is when we're trying to integrate all these different bike lanes into the traffic and to make pedestrians safe along with the cyclists safe, along with the transportation safe. So I don't know if that's an aspect of something that we might be at least made abreast of if they're going to be putting in bike lanes on certain roads, following the Viva Laredo plan and an option. I think that sometimes maybe it's not in the best interest of the public safety to have a bike lane within, let's just call it an industrial area, or things of that nature. But those kind of things, I think, just to be informed and to offer our own personal opinion on it.
As a comment to that, are all the bike lanes being actively used too?
Correct.
Those are,
It's a very great comment, Mr. Chairman. I know that we are struggling to match up our subdivision roadway designs with a comprehensive plan that includes bike lanes. And we did have a situation where we were dealing with Industrial Boulevard Parkway, and we have to make decisions. And so there's a lot of mismatch with the comprehensive plan and the thoroughfare plan, and so much so that we have to revise the thoroughfare plan. But I'll be sure to bring you up to date with what's going on.
Thank you, Mr. Peña, thank you. Also, I was thinking, any hot ticket items or anything that the community brings to you all as a department, any concerns that may, that are major impacts, let us know. We'll be more than happy to discuss that, and we can approach our council members on that as well.
I think Jeff had a comment.
Yeah, it's Mr. Quick.
oh, no,
I
I'll pass it over.
Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Lavia, any concerns or any suggestions,
Just one, just keeping it abreast, like Mr. Quay was saying, especially of what we left behind that we haven't been meeting on.
Correct.
The parking issues, the meters, everything that we left that we haven't met. I know we're gonna probably have a discussion on them here in a little bit, but just keeping us of what's going on informed, so when our city council member asks us what's going on, instead of me saying, man, I really don't know. I'd really love to have an answer for them, say, this is what's going on and this is where we're at.
correct,
Right.
yes, absolutely.
And I think that was discussed in the last communications. You might even want to refer to that, Robert, with respect to what they said as, they wanted us to narrow down some issues, and they included encouraging circulation for movement. Obviously, we encourage the circulation of movement in keeping it safe, to provide enforcement to keep traffic moving. What things do we need to be doing to keep traffic moving, as far as enforcement goes? Older companies that don't have parking, that use off-street parking, what can we be doing to improve the circulation of traffic in those type of situations? Those are I guess, some of the big ticket items, and then they talked about doing some studies that they were working on. I think there was the Mines Road was one that was being done, and there were some improvements that TxDOT was doing at the time, and they were gonna make us aware of kind of how that is progressing along and what improvements, at what stage of the improvements they are, and are they working?
Yeah.
Kind of, that, we were wanting to know those kind of things. Following up with the enforcement side and how are things coming along? How can we take information from that level to our council members to encourage them to support what needs to be done on enforcement?
Right.
So that we can keep, again, traffic circulating.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mr. Chairman, those are great points. In the past, we've had TxDOT come to the meetings and make presentations on their projects, and we'll get a hold of them, and we'll make sure that they come in and present what, there's a lot going on the Mines Road, and now we have an RMA as well as MPO, and so we'll get some information, we'll compile this information and bring it back and present this to you.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's appropriate for this item, but we do have some news with our parking enforcement division as far as incorporating a collection agency on past due debt.
Absolutely. I just had one more comment on possible concerns, or is there any way that we can reach out before we have these meetings? If we can reach out, if you all have any agenda items that you all want to
Yeah,
actually
because
place
ask.
on, ask us, yes, ask us, reach out to us maybe by email. And, you know, if there's anything that any of the committee members want to put, that'd be a great idea. That way we can include it into the agenda as well. So,
And what's the deadline to submit
a
something
good question.
prior to our meeting? Is it 48 hours, 36, 3 days, a week, you know?
It's on Friday before 4:30.
Friday before
Friday before
4:30, before the Thursday
The week
meeting?
before
Yes.
the
1
meeting.
week before.
Okay.
I have some question. In our company, we have, we call them Eagle Eye. When we detect any safety issue in our company, and we report on the clock with access to everybody, prior to be a big issue, is there any information that we as citizens can provide to the department to alert any safety issue on roads, intersections? For example, talking about new intersections in the city.
No, I'm not sure I understand, but
Suggestion box, maybe.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
A public
Exactly.
suggestion box.
well, I always recommend 311 for everyone, every citizen, even other public.
And they can take notes from for something, yeah, okay.
Yes, they keep very good records of incidents, and they keep track of them, and they follow through till they're complete. So they'd be
And
the
that's
best.
where, I'm sorry?
311.
311.
Oh, 311,
311,
okay.
yes.
There is a new street or the connection with Shiloh, and I don't remember the name. I don't know if it's
Plantation East.
exactly,
Plantation.
exactly.
That's been,
That's a very important point, and it's a new intersection, and I don't know if there is no stop sign in going from Shiloh to Plantation. So for me, it's a red point there. So that's why I'm talking about, just to report that intersection to 311.
Yes,
Okay.
we're very aware of that. We're gonna be striping that roadway. We're gonna put in a center line, and we'll be monitoring it as well.
Okay.
There's still pending, there's some streetlights pending for that
Okay.
road, and so we're still working on that.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Those 311 suggestions go to you, they would go to your department or?
So,
any
so
other?
yes, depending on the situation, 311 will disseminate it to the appropriate department.
Okay.
And so we have a very healthy list of concerns and issues that we have to address on a daily basis. And so, like I said, 311 does a very good job of keeping track of these
Right.
and reporting back to the origin citizens, wherever they originate.
Right.
And so they keep a very good database. We can always go back and research them and see trends if there are trends. And so it's a very powerful tool. And again, I recommend it to everybody.
Is that excuse me, is that information that can be shared with us on a monthly meeting where we're saying, hey, we had 13 complaints on this same issue or 3 complaints and we've done this about it? Is that a possibility to get
Sure
some
we
kind of
can.
data in return on that?
Sure we can.
Okay. Good point, Ben.
That is definitely a good point. Okay. Gentlemen, anything else, Mr. Quigg?
It's been a while, but I'd like to maybe have the traffic department kind of give us a report on the authority of this commission.
Okay.
As you believe, it's intended to be run. What exactly are we supposed to be reviewing, approving, accepting, or are we simply bring information and we give you our opinion? I mean, the authority is really what I'd like to get that from you all. What you all view our role is for you all.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'll bring back your charges, as this committee serves as an advisory committee. But I'll get you something black and white, so everybody understands.
Thank you, Mr. Peña, thank you. And also, how can we help you all? I know Mr. Puig brought up, how can we help you? We're here as part of a community, and if there's anything that we as a committee can help the traffic department, please let us know, absolutely. So that way we can definitely, great. Gentlemen, any other concerns, comments? I know that, again, we haven't met in a while, but, great ideas, great conversation, I think. I really wanna move forward, and I wanna have a little bit more substance in this committee, if I may.
Definitely.
A little bit more substance, a little bit more, that's.
And I think we do need to hold accountable if we're required, we missed 3 meetings.
I agree.
You know,
Yes.
we've been meeting, I mean, we haven't met in 6 months, something like that, and every time we do meet, either we don't have a thing, and yet we get commitments, and we're not going. So I think if the rule of thumb says we missed 3 meetings, I think we hold them accountable and have them replaced. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know if that's our job to speak with our city council member, talking about the other folks, or is that something you all speak directly with the city council person? I don't know.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, we coordinate with the city secretary, and they keep tabs on our committee regularly. So we'll be meeting regularly, from now on, now that we'll have a full agenda. So, we'll be again next month.
Good. I'm good.
Gentlemen? Good.
Good.
Sounds good. Okay, I don't think there's a motion on the floor. We don't have anything to actually move on. Item number 7, I'm sorry, Mr. Peña, you mentioned that there was a presentation on parking enforcement. Was that the next?
I guess we could bring that up in open discussion on item 8.
Okay, perfect. Yes, discussion and possible recommendation of the following, this is item number 7, I'm sorry. One update on the parking subcommittee. Do we have an update on that?
The last time the subcommittee met was back in May of 2021. And they were supposed to bring back to the committee items that were supposed to take to city council, but, they haven't met.
Yeah, so I could add information. I'm on that committee, and we did meet here at the Laredo Theater, well, I don't know.
Whiskey, yeah, the House of Whiskey, right?
No, inside the,
The theater?
yeah, not the theater, across the street from it.
Center for the Arts.
Center for the Arts. We met in there and we had a public, all the public tenants were invited. Everybody, it was a great turnout. The young lady that was here,
Iglesias.
yes, she was the one that manning or running and was to put something together. And I don't know if I never got anything. We never met after that. So, and that's one of the reasons I was talking about that. We get some kind of an update, but apparently there's nothing, right? Because we didn't get back to you on that.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I don't know what the end result was on that.
Is there a way that we can
I'll
restart
contact, yes.
the conversations
I'll
and?
contact Ms. Iglesias
Great.
about it, and I'll copy you and Mr. Dickey on
Yes.
the email.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And if we have to create a new subcommittee to go back and do this all over again, I'm down for that. I guess waiting, like Mr. Briggs said, what's our authority and we can meet 10 times, and if it doesn't mean anything, falls on deaf ears, doesn't mean anything, right? So, don't waste our time, just let us know what our job and function is, and we can go from there.
Absolutely. Okay. Item number 8, open discussion. Mr. Peña, you mentioned again, traffic enforcement.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like, Ms. Ramirez to present our findings or our results with our collection agency.
Back in 2008, well, a little background. So we give up the officer's initial parking ticket. The owner of the vehicle has 14 days to come and pay them. After the 14 days, a 10 late fee is applied. Then after that late fee, they have an additional 60 days to come and pay. If they don't pay after the 60 days, then another late fee of $10 is applied, okay? We send out statements after the 14, after the 60, after the 90, after the 6 months, at the year point. And if they don't come and pay, they don't make arrangements, the tickets are in the system, so they stay as receivables, right? And the parking receivables, it's up to $8 million. So back in 2008, we had a meeting that we needed to do something about it. So we researched, we opened a bid for a collection agency. Only one collection agency put in a bid, and we hired them, right? We went through the process and we brought it to council, and it got approved in 2018, okay? So then then we had to work on the programming, and we had to get together with the company, see what we were gonna send, how many years of backlog citations that we had. And then COVID hit, and then everything slowed down, and we went back again, and then things had changed, and we needed to hire a programming company to help us do the programs so they could interact with each other. So we finally we're now, like, up to this month, we're in the final process. We should be going live pretty soon, within the next weeks, because there's still tests. Like, we did some preliminary testing, and right now they're gonna transfer everything to live. The S400 system, and once everything's working, they should start the statements. The first statement, they're gonna be sending a statement to the people, letting them know that they're in collection, like for parking tickets, and then they're gonna send a second notice, hoping that they're gonna pay. The collection agency is giving us back 100%, and they're adding to the fees of 30%, and the 30% is gonna be for them, and the 100% is gonna come to us. So I contacted Corpus in Houston, because they've used their services, and they told me that they get pretty good revenue within the first 3 years of all those tickets, and then after that, people start learning that, that amount is gonna go higher up if they don't pay within the time that they're allowed to. So they usually pay the ticket. So hopefully, we can educate the people and have them pay for the tickets without wasting a lot of resources by sending statements, and we also have to run the license plates through the system to get the owner, put it in the system, and then send the statements to them. And
Right.
we do try, but sometimes it's impossible. They've already sold the vehicle, or they're no longer the owners, and they don't give us information as to who's the current owner of those vehicles.
What is the company's name, ma'am, the collection
At
agency?
Duncan Solutions.
Duncan Solutions?
Yes.
Duncan Solutions.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Is there any chance to get a copy of that letter? Just I don't know if that's private property.
No. We have a sample.
Okay,
We have a sample. I can email it to you tomorrow,
okay.
Please.
so you can see it. It's gonna go out in English and in Spanish.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I have a question,
Go
and I
ahead,
think
sir.
I asked this before. Can there be more teeth in the law? I mean, locally, if you're gonna renew your license plate, I mean, you gotta pay your back tickets, or you're going to,
Exactly.
or if you're going to, I don't know, or if you own property, they're gonna slap the lien. I don't know, or
Or to the insurance, is it a reportable violation or it's not a moving violation, right?
It's a civil.
So it can't go to the insurance, to their insurance?
No.
couldn't the city, I don't know, I'm not an attorney, make it city criminal,
No, I think it's.
There's misdemeanors in the city, for, I don't know. But, I mean, I paid my traffic tickets, and I put quarters in out there a while ago. I mean, why not everybody? And the sad thing is if they're coming from Nuevo
So you can't cut off their water if they don't pay the traffic bill? All the utilities
Well,
get that lucky.
can we check on that?
I mean, you know, it's just asking.
The collection agency is gonna try to recover the money with the letters, and I brought it up to them, like, why can't we go to the Webb County Tax Assessor Collector and have them hold it? And, I think they've tried it before, but, Ms. Barrera was like, why am I gonna keep on bringing my revenue, because I have it on hold so you can get your revenue? But the company is willing to share some of their profit with them, but they want to try this first, and then after that, do a second
Right.
thing. Yeah, attempt to collect.
Have we?
Oh, it's money for the city.
Yeah, it is money
Correct.
for the city.
$8 million that's out there, that's a lot of money.
Have we met with the local municipal court judges to maybe hold night courts and tell them, give them an opportunity before that letter goes out? Come in here and pay, there's gonna be no penalties, pay something,
We did an amnesty program
Yes.
in 2018 too, and all we collected was $7,000. We advertised. I think we spent like $1,500 on advertisement. We put it on the Times. They did the Facebook, the radio, and they didn't come in to pay.
I think that we need to invest in boots.
I'm wondering
those
when
wheel boots.
PD makes a traffic stop, is that on their deal? When the police make a traffic stop, because you got motors.
When they run their license plate? When-
Yeah,
I mean, they could, right? Because they can go online and check, but I don't think they take the time to do it.
yeah, but when it comes out, if they got any violations, City of Laredo,
No, it doesn't communicate with their system.
yeah, but if you could input it, if it was
Yeah,
input.
that's a good point, yes.
I see, okay. Oh, you're speeding, oh, wait a minute.
Forget the
You call
speeding,
it
you
right
got
now,
$2,000 in fines.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, I just,
You mentioned that we're gonna go live in about a week's time.
Yes.
Is there a way that we can possibly get a monthly report to see
Sure.
what type of, I guess to see if it's effective or not,
Yes.
As we move forward with this,
Are they
this
getting
collection company.
100 delinquent bills paid a month? Are they getting
2,
5?
3,
Yeah.
it would be interesting to.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
gonna
that
be.
council wants to know that as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be slow at the beginning
Yes, ma'am.
because they wanna make sure that everything's working and that they only send out like 250 notices at a time, and see if everything looks good. Then they're gonna go for it because they also need to train their staff to make sure what to respond or how to work it out.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Was it and I haven't seen, is it a contract? Was it a yearly contract with them with option to renew? or
Yes,
is
it's
it
a
just-
3-year contract
It's a
with the
3-year,
option to.
with option to renew?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It has never been done, so this is the first time we're gonna try it.
We have nothing to lose.
Yes.
We have absolutely nothing to lose, and it didn't cost us a dime.
$8 million.
It's costing us $8 million not doing this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So if we get a percentage of that, it's still a win-win thing.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Anything that we can recover is good for us.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, Mr. Peña wants a lot of revenue from parking.
That's our goal.
And we may even entertain if we see that we're running into issues or something, maybe even get a representative from the company to come and present to us and discuss what they're doing or some of the issues that they're encountering.
Forecast.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes, kind of hear from them as well to see how things are going.
Yes.
So, great. Well, that's good I think it's a start. I think it's a start, so hopefully it'll kick off and hopefully we get some good, good revenue off that.
Mr. Ramirez, do you need anything from us to get with our council in regards to this, or this is a done deal? It's moving forward?
You can communicate to them, right, that it's coming, because I'm pretty sure you know, people are gonna start calling them once they get the letters, you know, and so they know about it
Okay.
and they know what to respond.
Will do,
Yeah, please.
absolutely.
Duncan Solutions, am I correct? Duncan
Yes,
Solutions,
yes.
Duncan Solutions.
And I'll go ahead and send you the sample letters tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Very much, thank you. Excuse me, any other, items, open discussion?
No, Mr. Chairman.
I have
that's-
Mr. Quick?
I have a question. I think in most, at least in the other committee, we said the Pledge of Allegiance, do we? Is that normal, protocol to say the Pledge of Allegiance before any meeting?
I was wondering about that myself, but we never have in
Yeah.
prior meetings.
I have absolutely no issue with saying the Pledge of
No,
Allegiance. I,
you're
it's,
not.
I
I'm
have
gonna leave
absolutely
that up
no
to
issue.
everybody, but.
So absolutely,
Yeah.
we can definitely start next week. We will definitely, because I'm a big fan of, absolutely, absolutely, United States, you know, so I have no issue with that, Mr. Dickey.
My father-in-law busted his ass with
Thank you
that.
for bringing that up, so, yes. Great, great.
Do you need a motion?
I don't think we need a motion. I think we'll just go ahead and just include it, you know, in the beginning of the meeting, we can say the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll start the meeting, if it's okay with the committee
Yeah, of
members,
course.
or we can
I'm
make an
fine with
official
it.
motion. I mean, it's,
course. Yeah.
yeah,
Good.
perfect, perfect.
I'm fine with it.
Any other items? Again, if I can just reiterate, I think for some of the members that are not joining us for whatever reason, I think they, and it's not about being rude or anything, but I think they need to move on. You know, if they're not gonna be joining us in the committee, it's a commitment, you know, it's a one time per month that they can join us, and if they just cannot commit to this, then I think we need, or for the council member to be told that they are not, you know, joining us, and then, so they can be replaced, so they
Could
can
I
be
do that?
replaced. Yes,
And
please.
because, not that I'm any, if the day of the meeting, or the day before, we're reminded, so we can set our schedule aside so that we can, you know.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I appreciate Erica sent down a master listing of all the meetings that were gonna be held, and that'll kind of.
Yeah,
did not
I've already got them on my
I did not see
calendar and everything,
I
yeah.
did not see.
You did not say, I'll forward that to
Yeah.
you, or if Erica can send it again, that would be good.
I did not see that, because then I can put it on my phone.
Yes, sir. All right. Any other items, gentlemen?
No,
All right, well,
Mr.
A
Chairman,
motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
we have a second? Second. All in favor, saying aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.